This is an Atom setup, but it is Atom Audio powered. These are Atom Audio studio monitors, and this is my desk at home. So it's not lit up right now because I used to have a computer like right here. It was actually a Mac Studio right under that Pro Display XDR. But then I got rid of it and I'm powering everything from my laptop instead. I didn't need two computers. It was just better to have everything powered by this one. So I have a Keychron mechanical keyboard, my trusty Logitech MX, the Universal Audio DAC, which will power the Atom Audio speakers, and then this M4 MacBook Pro and the Pro Display XDR with a little webcam up top. And I have this fun, fancy little light here, which has downward facing light, which is cool, but then also outward facing light for when I'm on a video call. And then I look better because good lighting. The video guy's supposed to have good lighting. I think it looks pretty good.
Emotional baggage and the best desk setup. What do these two things have in common? They're supposed to be with you everywhere you go. Now, unlike my monitor-mounted, chair-chained, desk-docked, perma-planted pals at the studio, my desk setup is one that's with me no matter where I am. Now, the base station itself is the M4CS, which is a bunch of carbon fiber, runs 10s in the quarter mile, is really fun to drive, blah, blah, blah. So, when stepping into the carbon race bucket, the first thing you'll notice is the centerpiece, my M2 Max MacBook Pro, wrapped, of course, in a carbon fiber skin from D-Brand, and it's sitting on this laptop tray that was actually gifted to me by Alex. So, thanks, Alex. You're all right, kid. But then directly connected to my MacBook Pro is this Atmos Ninja that I'm using as a secondary screen that I use pretty much solely for Slack because, you know, you gotta have a separate screen for those conversations. I gotta stay productive in here. I can't be distracted. And then I can triple my productivity by using Apple Vision Pro, which honestly I don't recommend anyone buys, but I like using it. And then down here is my carbon fiber water bottle with a pass-through system I developed to allow me to slurp without any interruptions. It's actually against the law to work for a tech YouTuber and not have a salt lamp on your desk setup, so I will remain a law-abiding citizen and employee. And that's it, a pretty simple setup. That's all you really need for a desk, honestly.
What's up? This is my at-home setup tour. I decided since I do a lot of gaming and keyboard building and used to do a little bit of live streaming, I would bring it to you in the setup of my old live streams. So to start it all off, I have the IKEA Alex drawer countertop desk thing that everybody on the entire internet has ever done. It's super great on a budget and takes up a lot of space and gives you a whole lot of room up here. And then along with that, the IKEA Marcus chair. I've had this for probably a decade and it's still holding up great. I think it's the best budget computer chair you can buy. My computer is an NZXT H1 case and then some kind of old specs, I'll admit, a Core i9 and 2070 Super and 16 gigs of RAM, so nothing special, but it ran Valorant fine and it runs the streams fine. Monitors are pretty standard. They're both from Asus. I got both of them on sale. They're nothing special, but they're high refresh rate, which is all I really care about. The thing I like the most is my keyboard. Because I do a lot of gaming on here, this is a Hall effect keyboard rather than a lot of my other ones. It is the ZenBlade 65. Have a couple custom keycaps on here and this D-Brand MKBHD cap that fits perfect with the silver case of the keyboard. And then the Random Frank P Pulsar X2. This is the best looking and best feeling gaming mouse, in my opinion. When it comes to the microphone, this is the Blue Sona and is connected into a Scarlett Solo under my desk right here. That's just in case, you know, I might have to do some podcast recordings at home. We've done ones remote before, so this is at least a decent mic setup that I can have in here. I'm in an enclosed room, so the audio is fine. The computer fans run a little hot sometimes, but it gets the job done. And then other than that, I just kind of have some accessories and things around here. This is my McLaren Lego. They're doing great this year. I hope Oscar wins WDC. I've got a little tool chest right here that is adorable, and it holds all of the tools to build keyboards in it. I've got some keycaps I've collected along the way. I have this iFixit magnetic mount or mat, so if I'm like doing anything with small screws, they all stay on this mat and don't go flying all over the place, along with just a nice little light over here to give me a bit of a key. But other than that, I have a lot of national park things. These are all my national park maps I set up right here if I ever want to go back and look at them, and just some other cool stuff, along with a huge rack of disc golf discs. It's kind of everything I like in one little spot, and I'm pretty proud of it. Thanks.
Most people like to separate their work and home life, but what if I just didn't? Now we got MKBHD at home. Same speakers, Yamaha HS5 in white, of course, and I stuck an Apple logo to it, just so you know it's the Mac setup. Apollo Solo instead for the audio interface, a little bit more affordable. Pro Display is glossy instead of matte. Monitor riser from Grove Made gives it the illusion that it's floating. I also keep all my card readers and a lighter and scissors handy for lacrosse stringing. I do a lot of stringing. And one Thunderbolt 4 cable to power the entire setup. I also prefer using the keyboard from the MacBook. Completed by a gray Herman Miller Aeron, the unsung hero. Now you're probably wondering, what's up with the crazy lights? That's because I have a mini home studio, backdrop, and lighting equipment. And also these fun chairs.
This is my desk. This is my chair. It's a Herman Miller. I got it from an outlet warehouse. Computer, for subscribing to the studio channel. Also computer stand. It's my wireless charger. Also magic mouse. Nail polish. Nail polish. I do nail art. Nail polish. Nail polish. Tablet, for looking at nail art things. Also for shop.mkbhd.com. Nail polish. Legos. Gold play button. This is where I usually actually work. Just like on the couch with some board games to prop my computer.
Step into my office. This is my home office. This is everything here you need to make a Marquez video. We got our headphones, our Audio Technicas, we got our Logitech mouse. We have this monitor. This is the computer I've edited on for the past like 3 years. It's really great, and I think it's served its time pretty well. Oh, never mind. Don't worry about that. What else do we have? We have this keyboard that Andrew made for me. It's really, really quiet. It's a mechanical keyboard. I use it a lot, so thank you, Andrew. My Grimace egg. You know, you never know when you're gonna want a Minecraft, so I just gotta keep it nearby. This is where I keep all my garbage. I have a million different cables and stuff that you could ever need, you know, why throw them away? And then some old tech that I'm not willing to part with quite yet. Little handheld gaming device, very cool, very cool. I don't know why the Waveform boys were scared of the foot hammock. Do not fear the foot hammock. I know you were all dying to see the office that I work out of at home, and so next time you see a main channel video, there's a 50-50 chance it was made here. So that's kind of cool.
welcome to my studio. This is it, Brooklyn, New York, my apartment. I've wanted to show you guys this for a long time. I talk about it on the podcast. I talk about it in studio videos. This is it. This is my money pit. Let's say you have a clip of a roast beef sandwich in your computer that you think is really cool. What you're gonna do is go into your computer, trigger that clip, and then when you go back into the real world, you'll see it's on that TV. And it's not just clips from the computer I can bring in, okay? I can also bring in camera feeds, like this high 8 camera that's sitting right above my setup. If I just flip this paddle, bring it in, oh, look at that. You've got that. Now check this out. I can also bring in the actual Sony A7 that I'm recording this A-roll on right now. Check this out. Wha-bam. See, we have digital to analog converters. We have analog to digital converters that get the signal back into the computer. The whole idea is that all of this gear can speak with each other, and you can send it to the computer and back to the computer and redigitize it. And the really cool thing about this setup is that it lets me be like a crazy person. Like, it lets me find old stuff on the street and bring it in, and I can know it'll work in my system. It lets me have a VHS collection that takes up way too much space in my apartment, and with my editing grade VCR that has a jog wheel that lets you scroll through frames, we can go and we can plug any of these VHS tapes into the whole system. And then we've got all these fun effects that we can add, some glitchy stuff, some colory stuff, some 90s music video stuff. Look at that. Come on, man. Come on, tell me this isn't fun as hell. You can even build your own stuff. I built this box in college with just like a circuit board, like a blank circuit board and a bunch of 1 ohm resistors. Oh, it's not plugged in right now, so you guys won't see that. So like I said, I'm sorry I don't have time to go through like every piece of gear in this studio, but when I want to make some really fun, interesting looking stuff, it's not about the individual gear. It's about all the time and effort it took to get all of the gear to speak to one another. That's the thing I'm most proud of. I didn't even go over the patch bay, which is something that like I said, there's too much. So thank you for coming to my apartment. Thanks for watching my desk tour. I don't know who's next, but I'm pretty sure they're not gonna have all of this.
Hello, welcome to our home. Some of you may know I live in San Francisco, so not only is this a tour of my home office, it's also just where I do 100% of my work. Right off the bat, we've got the steel case gesture chair. I love this chair, it's super comfortable. I don't really like standing desks. Because I sit for 8 hours a day, I need a good chair. So that's this one. Judge me if you will. You may have noticed that this is not a standing desk, and that's because it is from 2005, which is well before standing desks were cool. She's been with me through a lot of my life, and a desk is a desk, right? I mean, what else do you need? Two trinkets that I'm excited to highlight on my desk are both Mario Kart themed. The first is the Mario Kart Double Dash GameCube disc, encased in resin as a coaster. Second, this curious little question mark block reminiscent of the Mario Kart games, and it also doubles as a wireless charger. I'm sad to inform you that neither of these products are purchasable, because my friend made them for me, but they're cool and I had to show you. Okay, Pro Display XDR, in case you didn't already see that. MacBook Pro 2021. I don't really like the double monitor setup. Audio-Technica ATH M40Xs, wired of course. Magic keyboard with number pad, gotta have the number pad. And of course, the setup would not be complete without, you guessed it, the Magic Mouse. But I've talked about the Magic Mouse a million times on this channel. You're bored, I'm bored. Let's look at something more interesting. Come with me. I don't know about you, but when 5 o'clock hits, I am so done looking at a computer screen. So in the evenings, I gravitate towards doing something creative that's a bit more hands-on. And that's where this desk comes in. Over the past couple of years, I started learning a printmaking process called block printing, which is basically carving a giant rubber stamp and printing it by hand. This process has been super creatively fulfilling for me in the evenings, and I'm really excited to show you my setup. So this desk is a Frankenstein of two things: IKEA standing desk legs and my old kitchen tabletop. The intent here was to have a studio table that I could use messy inks on and not worry about keeping it pristine. Every single one of my prints starts digitally as a drawing on my iPad. In this case, the 11-inch iPad Pro. I really love this puffy iPad sleeve from Bagoo. It comes in a ton of really interesting patterns and colors. Highly recommend. Bose Quiet Comfort Ultras. Hiding in the foliage over here, we've got a Nest Audio for Spotify. And up above, we've got two paper lanterns with LifeX smart bulbs inside. The reason I went with this brand specifically is because they don't flicker on video. Thank you, LifeX. These bulbs are great because they double as colorful mood lights, but they also get bright enough to become my utility work lights when I'm printing. Most of my printmaking materials are made by Speedball, but this printing press is made by a company called Lino Press Machine. Other than that, I've got an IKEA Alex drawer set for organizing and a studio candle for vibes. And that's it.
Yo, 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 what's up? Welcome to the Wolf Den. They were gonna send a camera crew. All right, well, guess I could just do it myself. Yo, what's up? This is Alex, and this is my home office. Welcome to where the magic happens. So if you're like me and you're a daily podcaster doing a podcast 5 days a week, you need to be sounding right at all times. That's why I got myself the Elgato Wave DX microphone. I may have chosen it because gato means cat, and I'm a cat owner, so I had to keep on brand. More Elgato stuff, cause why not? We got the Wave XLR, which I'm using to control my audio, although the dial is broken. Don't worry about it, I'm getting a new one. Studio monitor headphones, who needs them? I got one solitary earbud. Even if I wanted to listen with both ears, I couldn't, cause the other one's broken and out of focus. Check it. I do it all on this LG Ultra Gear monitor. You know why? Because it's 240 hertz. You know why I need 240 hertz for a podcast? Because I need to be fast. I record all my podcasts at 2x speed. Vintage NBA lamp. My Gram got it for me. I love it. Vintage Knicks hat from the 1999 Eastern Conference Championship. My Gram did not get me that. I in fact bought it for myself off of Poshmark. Oh yeah, and don't think I forgot. Anchor Make 3D printer. Yeah, check it. That's where I make things. I print stuff. Oh, here's a little pile of assorted garbage. I left that there intentionally because the last time I left some garbage on my desk, all my coworkers made me a new one. When it's time to get to typing, I'm using my MX Mechanical Mini, making all kinds of noise, making sure everyone knows that I'm typing things up. They call me the walking contradiction because I make the noisiest noise with my keyboard and no noise with my mouse, the MX Master 3S. The S stands for silent. So that about does it for my desk tour. Last thing though, reigning champ, basketball hoop. I'll catch you guys on the flippity flip. Perfect shot.